The NBA has become an unwatchable mess, and moments like this make it that much worse. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the NBA, the National Basketball Association. A once great league has become a shell of its former self. Since 2012, the NBA has dropped 48% in ratings. People are complaining, hey, it's too many three-pointers, the refs making really bad calls, they've embraced wokeness, too many player movements, no stars. There are a lot of issues with the league. And I want to start with top of mind. Top of mind right now is what I showed you at the very beginning, and that was the clip of Joel Embiid arguing with the ref. Now, there's two problems in one. The first is how the NBA has embraced wokeness. The female referees completely caught me off guard. I've not really watched a lot of TV at all, sports in general. I've not watched anything. So I go on my social media and I see clips, and sometimes I'm shocked at what I see. I'm like, why is there a female ref right there? And the optics of an NBA player arguing with a ref who's a woman is just crazy. Right when I saw that, I was like, nah, we can't have this because, okay, players always complain about calls. They're always arguing with the ref, especially when it's high stakes and emotions are high, adrenaline's high. You got these well-trained athletes from all over the world competing at the highest level every night. Is going to be emotion. So sometimes you're going to see them arguing with the ref, doing all this. When you have this 7-foot-tall African and Joel Embiid looking like a monster up under your bed, arguing with this Starbucks Katie-looking white woman, it looks ridiculous. And of course, you're going to see headlines. Oh, Joel Embiid argues with female ref, charges at female ref. I've seen some posts that said he wanted to beat up the woman. I'm like, come on. But that's going to be what you get when you have optics like that. There shouldn't be any female refs in the league. Also, speaking about refs, before I get right back to the wokeness, I think they're gambling. Yes, I do. We've seen some of your Tim Donahues and whatnot get caught for stuff like that before. We've already seen that. But I think because there's so much sports betting, so much gambling, prize picks, and all this and that and the third, I think there's a higher incentive for the referees to engage in some gambling themselves. So they're going to blow the whistle at the most inopportune time. The players see the refs are just doing weird things. The people on the sideline see it. Everybody sees it. And of course, it's not just the female refs that are the problem. You got the male refs. Male refs probably the main ones gambling in Vegas. And a lot of them are soft. They're sensitive. So the female ref will blow the whistle at the wrong time, ejecting players because they can't really tell how male emotions are. They don't really understand the way that we communicate with each other on the court. It's not called for technical foul. But the male refs, what they do is they will try to penalize a player because of behavior, because they say something to them they don't like. They're soft, they're sensitive. It's like, okay, you get all these dominant alpha males on the court, and a lot of the refs, not all, you get kind of the weaker energy. It's revenge of the nerds. I couldn't do anything to you in college or high school. Now I got power over you. Some of that's going on with the refs and the players, the fans. Everybody can see it. Wokeness again. You got Greg Popovich talking like a Black Lives Matter coach. Steve Kerr, some of the same things. You have them trying to put in a female head coach at one point, Becky Hammond. Thank God that didn't work. You got all these things that turn people off. And of course, the style of play on the court, analytics and technology, all of that has ruined the game. In previous times, like let's say during the height of the league, Michael Jordan, we'll get back to Michael Jordan in a minute, but during the height of the league, there was more fanfare, there was more high-flying athleticism, dunks, and more competition. Okay, crossover, all of that came into effect, but now everybody's just shooting three-pointers. And it might not be that bad if they can actually make them. They're breaking the majority of these threes. You might see a stretch. Okay, turn the game right now today on Christmas Day. And by the way, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Turn on the game today and watch these guys just chuck threes. You might see 10, 12, 15 threes in a row and they miss all of them. That's not exciting. I'd rather watch paint dry. Okay, the style of the court is crazy. Gambling could be going on. The referees are a mess, and there's no stars. Michael Jordan was the driving force of the league for his entire career. Without Jordan, the league would have been in a much different place. Before Jordan, you had Lakers Celtics dynasty, Lou Alcindor, aka Kareem. You got Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, when they came in there doing their thing. Jordan came in, dominates. Then you have Space Jam, and you got the merchandise, the jerseys, all of that. It was just a really big time for the league. Now, the newest Jordan is LeBron James. LeBron, fantastic basketball player, probably the best basketball player ever. But as far as being a shepherd of the game, as far as being a global ambassador for the game, maybe not the best person. Woke, Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot, all of that. He wasn't really the best ambassador of the league, although he was a fantastic player and still the biggest draw. But there's no more LeBron James in the league, and he's 40 years old. He's going to retire soon. Steph Curry is getting a little bit older. The Warriors aren't the same as they were before. When he came into the league shooting threes, the way he was doing it, it was an anomaly. They were a great team to watch. Now, all the teams play the same, and even if a guy is getting 25 points a game, so what? He's chucking up 15 threes, and the other guy on the other team does the exact same thing and looks the exact same way. Some dude with a J name, Jalen Johnson, that could be 15 guys in the league that all play the exact same way. It's not, there's no difference between them. There's no stars. And the best player in the league, I think we can all say, is Nikola Jokic, the Denver Nuggets center. People can argue, but I don't really see anybody better than Jokic. Nobody can stop him. If this was in the 90s, he wouldn't be as good because he playing against Shaq and Kareem and all these guys. But this ain't the 90s. This is 2024. He's the best player in the league. When your league's best player doesn't even like the country that he's in, he's doing press conferences, looking bored, disinterested, unhappy. He goes home to Serbia. It's like he's been revitalized. He wants to really just stay home. He doesn't want to be here in the States. He doesn't really like any of what this country has to offer aside from the money. And when we see that from a star player, we become disinterested and we don't want to watch. So no stars, gambling, referees, and it's hard to actually watch the games. They're trying to put games on Tubi. Tubi, listen, I don't even watch TV. And you want me to find another app? I'm not watching games on Netflix, Tubi, none of that stuff. If I can't just turn on the TV like the old school antenna to ABC and watch a game, I'm not going to watch. And even if I do watch, how do I know that the guy that I want to see play is even going to play? Because now you got load management. Load management is where they allow players to rest just because they're not injured, but just rest. So it's not as much wear and tear. So they reduce the chance of injuries. That goes back to the whole analytics thing. Analytics says if you shoot more threes than your opponent, you got a better chance of winning, even if you break 70% of them. And that's probably a good percentage. You probably as a team might shoot 25% of your threes and make them. Okay. The rest of the 75 are going to be bricks, long rebounds, delaying the game. It's just a big mess. Look, I understand numbers guys have a place in the league. They have a place, and being able to help teams win, I get it. But it can't be all just about numbers and what you see on the computer screen. It's got to be a good product. I'm going to a game that's very expensive. My favorite player is not playing because he don't want to play. He's resting, and then you shooting up 15 threes, and you got female refs blowing the whistle at crazy times. It's just, they've done so many things to this league that it's become unwatchable. And I think if I had to add one more thing, and if you guys know anything else that you don't like about the league or you disagree with me, agree, let me know in the comments. But one more thing, the NBA Cup, the mid-season tournament, the fluorescent floors, it's just doing way too much. I think they're trying to appeal to younger generation that's like on TikTok and their brain is just not really, they want to get that crowd. The NBA does very well on social media. They do well on TikTok and Twitter and whatnot, Instagram, but that does not translate to real money. The real money comes from the TV. When you're sitting there watching the game, when you go into the game, when you're buying the merchandise, why would I buy my favorite player's jersey? Who's my favorite player? Jalen Johnson, or with some kind of random J name with an E and an N somewhere in there. 6'8", light-skinned dude, biracial. That's like what the NBA is. Nothing against that, but it's like nobody is set apart. It's like they're just bringing in robots. You might as well bring in robots. Listen, as I close, I want to say this. The NBA at one point had some kind of soul, some kind of heart, but now it feels soulless. It's like you could just put robots out there, animated robots, get Elon Musk to make some Tesla bots that could play basketball. If you get them, it'll be the same thing. All they going to do is sit there at the three-point line and shoot. You might as well watch a video game at a certain point, but I don't want to watch something that's artificial, something that's fake, production that's put on before me. I want to see actual guys out there getting it. It's to the point now where I'd rather watch wrestling. I'd rather watch wrestling. Ring of Honor wrestling, not even some of the big productions. Ring of Honor wrestling, because they upfront with what it is. Like, this is a presentation. You're seeing kind of a dance. You're seeing a performance. They're not so they're not so phony about what they're doing. The NBA is so much with the gambling, the refs, the league, and politics. The end result is an unwatchable product. And if they don't fix it, they'll be irrelevant sooner than later. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on the NBA and why it's in the state that it's in? Do you think it's because of all the things I mentioned, some of the things I mentioned, something that I didn't mention? Did I miss anything? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I mean, there's so many things wrong with the league. David Stern is rolling in his grave. He would never allow the things that are happening right now to happen. The female refs, I mean, that for me was the last straw. I mean, I'm not interested in watching any NBA game. I don't really watch TV at all, but maybe one day I'll turn on my TV. I'll buy a subscription to cable just to watch a game. If it's something big coming up, something I'm interested in, okay, let's watch, see what's going on. But now I don't even want to watch just on principle, because y'all are doing things intentionally to the game that's making it be unwatchable. I am not going to participate. Simple as that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.